I know I said I was gonna just go straight to Dark Cloud 2 today, but a few things happened over the course of last night and the day before that, and obviously today, that changed that. Specifically, if you take a look at this menu, you'll notice a few things are different. Not that much in the way of missiles. We did get 10 more, but we got Charge Beam, we got Plasma, we've got Gravity Suit, and we've got a little bit more in the way of energy. Like, just a little bit more than we had. You know, only like twice as many energy tanks as we had before. Nothing too big, right? Nothing too big. Now, there's only so much we can actually do, which is why I'm willing to just go ahead and do the checks that I can do right quick. Before hopping into what we're doing. Is for one thing, we still don't have other doors. We have level 3 doors now, in case anybody missed that. Because I don't think that actually came up while I was live. I want to say that was something that happened in between as well. Now you might think, oh, he's got level 3 doors, he can do stuff. Not really. And I did check what was in the level 3 door down there, I do believe. Oh, wait, no. I realized that that room was cold and couldn't do that because I don't have Varia still. But yeah, the only thing that level 3 doors does is get you into the rest of Sector 5. Now, you may think, that's great! You could actually go into Sector 5. There's a problem with that in that we can't get to the front door of Sector 5. But I have a plan. I don't entirely know if this plan's gonna work. This is a little bit of a dumb plan. But I think we can actually do something here. Because if we go to the underwater sector through Sector 2, we can do a little bit. We can't do everything, but we can do some things. By the power of having gravity suit, space jump, and power bombs. And that's what we're going to be doing right now. I just got to get back to Sector 2. As you can see, Plasma Beam is way more powerful. We have the curly murder ribbons now, and it is very effective. Most things just get deleted by Plasma. So that's the good news there. That's the part that makes getting Plasma exciting. And obviously, you know, Charge Beam lets you charge, does good things for you. My missile amount has increased again, so I'm going to assume somebody found me more missiles already. So something about that doesn't add up. Take a quick look at the tracker. No, I didn't receive more missiles. It may just be catching up still. Or... yeah, no, I have 110 missiles, in fact. Okay, then yeah, it must have just still been catching up. That does put killing the tree on the table. But really, that's not going to do that much for us, so I'm not really going to prioritize worrying about that. Was making sure none of the other locks had spontaneously opened that I didn't notice. Yeah, because we can very easily go back to Sector 1, and we can easily get to Sector 4. The reason why we didn't do anything with that before was that whole area when you go in there is underwater. Now, by the power of Gravity Suit, we can actually climb up and out of there. Now, I said I'm only intending on doing an hour for, like doing these checks and such. This may actually take more than that, depending on how this and Time Spinner's checks work out. Oh, can I still... actually, why am I trying to wall jump? I have space jump, you silly man. Oh yeah, I don't even need power bombs for these guys. That's one of the things I was worried about, was needing to bomb them away. But I forgot Screw Attack destroys those, so... welcome to Sector 4, the underwater sector. Ordinarily, you'd be coming into here from up there on the top right. We are coming in the weird way because that's the only way we have to get in here. Go ahead and save before anything can go wrong in here. We're admittedly not in much danger here because one of the side effects of getting a new suit is your defense goes up. So, we're not in as much danger from basically anything now. That's adorable that you think that's gonna stop me now. Oh yeah, some of the water's electrified, so, you know, be careful about that. Positive reviews for Power Wash. Love that for me. No, I don't remember, but I think the item in question is on the other side. We're not getting that one right now. Now we can tank the electrified water for a bit here. Thanks to the amount of health we have. Oh, these don't die from power bombs. Okay, we're getting less done in here than I thought. I really, for some reason, thought they were power bombable. Well, we can still go to Sector 6, I think, depending on what gets us through that wall. And yes, all this desperate backdooring is basically the only move we have. And just in case any of these checks are actually something useful for anybody on the team, I'm obviously going to go and do them. We have missiles, so I can go up through here. So going the other way there is actually going to be a little bit trickier. And I've now trapped myself in here, I think. Because I can move around in this room, but I can't actually go back because I'm an idiot and forgot that those close behind you. So looking at this, unless that's a hidden wall there, I think we were kind of SOL on getting through there anyway, but we'll quickly warp out and run back. It'll take an extra couple minutes, but it won't be that bad. It would be way faster if I had Speed Booster, but I still don't have that. Now, there may be some of you out there that are like, why doesn't he just go fight the SAX and be done with it? Technically, I can do that. But I don't really want to release this game yet. I don't want to end this part of the siege just yet. Because we really haven't done much of anything in this game. So it would feel kind of bad to just not even play this and just win the siege, you know? Because realistically, we've been through basically all of main deck that doesn't need green doors. We've done most of Sector 1, basically all of Sector 2, and then we didn't touch any of the other sectors at all. So maybe it's just me, but it would feel kind of bad to end the seed there. And while I'm decently confident we could fight the SAX as we are, I don't really favor that idea too much. Because when I had done the replay for the stream before, we had ended up getting real close to losing, and in fact, I think we lost to the SAX fight at least once. With more health than this. Now, you may convince yourselves that, oh yeah, you're better at games than you were then. Like, well, that wasn't that long ago, though, guys. That's kind of the problem. Doing this is kind of a pain in the butt. Especially since my A button's deciding now is a great time to start playing up. That one should have counted. I heard impact. There we go. Ah, A button. Work. Damn you. I just need to break one of the 2 blocks there. But since my A button's really feeling like playing up right now... Okay, not the one I was aiming for, but I'll take it. Because now we can get over there, and presumably... Yep. Aha! Now we can get into Sector 6. Which is going to be very dangerous for us. Because we don't have Varia. But we have a lot of health. So I'm kind of banking on this not backfiring on me. Now you might be wondering, why is this place so dangerous to you if it's clearly designed to be like a nighttime area? You'll see. But what I'm thinking it's intending me to do is not stay here. What we actually might be meant to do is run through here as fast as we can to get to Sector 5. We get to Sector 5 and then we can do, I think, literally everything there, and that's a lot of checks. Which I didn't consider till now. These blue X are ice. They will freeze you. Since we have Metroid DNA currently. But welcome to Sector 5 Arc. Now, Arc is gonna have the same problem of it's fucking cold. Do I get in here? There it is. Just a dust bunny. Wasn't even worth it. I do really feel like my Varia suit's actually just somewhere somebody could have reached already and just no one has noticed it. And I haven't hinted for it because I'm like, nah, I can survive without it. It'll be absolutely fine because the majority of this sector isn't actually cold. There's just a couple areas that are cold that are a bit of a nightmare as a result of it. Jabber Nut for Minish Cap. I don't remember what that does. I know it's something to do with being able to talk to certain people, from what I recall. So that might be big for Amiya. I don't actually know. But it was listed as a progression item, so, you know. Hopefully that's a good thing. What a weird world we live in. You're really scraping at the bottom of the barrel now, aren't you? That doesn't matter anymore because Winter finished StarCraft 2. Which, fun fact, that is the only game out of our set of Archipelago games so far that has been completed. StarCraft 2 is done and everything else is still running. Which is why fishing for all these checks matters. Correct. But you also don't need to have a funny thing every time you come in. You can just show up, it's fine. Gonna take damage from the ice. Gonna take a lot of damage from the ice. Okay. Now we can also be cheeky and go into Sector 3 this way, which I didn't even consider that. No, I'm better off just doing bomb jumping properly. I suck at bomb jumping, just as a note for everyone out there, so trying to do this is not gonna go great. Like, my next best opportunity would be to try to jump as close to the top there as possible, and more fall in the air, but usually you only get that high. So why am I doing it that way when I can just do it this way? Because I'm forgetting the powers that are at my disposal. That's why. I have no idea what you're on about at this point. Like, sometimes I wonder if you're just making things up. Well, no, it isn't headless. That's the thing. It's just short. Also, that check was a lot of work for pointless, because all I did was send another in the 80 or so ice traps Amalia has received. So let's see, we can go to that data room, and that's probably worth going to. Let's not go to Sector 3 yet. This is a silly place. Let's see, this data room explode. The whole thing. Do I go down from here, or... Actually, what am I doing? All the blocks are revealed, you stupid man. You know better. Ow, cold, ow, cold, ow, cold, ow, cold, ow, cold. What does this have for me? A job well done for having gotten there. Hooray. Hate it here. So actually, the shortcut to Sector 3 puts me out where? That'll work. Yes. No, The thing is, I knew who Louis the 16th was. I do actually know some history. Thing was, I didn't know what you were talking about relating to the model because I didn't understand you were trying to talk about it being headless because it actually has a head. That's where the connecting point failed. Despite having an American education, I do actually know more than 5 things about things not America. I hate that these job well dones are marked with the up arrow. I'm like, I found it the good thing! And then it turns out to be useless garbage. Which, those job well dones aren't completely useless, but god are they nearly useless. Okay, we nearly died. Oh, everything hurts. This is why running around in here is dangerous. But god damn it, I can do it, so I'm gonna do it. That'll take me back to the cold room. The other path, I don't remember if it's cold or not. Let's go ahead and save even though we're nearly dead. Because it'll keep me from having to run all the way back. Yeah, no, I wish I was joking when I said that it's despite having an American education that I know things. But it's true, because the American education system has failed the vast majority of people that have come through it. That's just an unfortunate fact. Now, unfortunately, since we dropped down here, we're stuck down here now. But we at least can heal, and I'm pretty sure there is a few things we can do down here. Right, can't pause while Power Bomb is on the field. Yeah, because there's a check down there we can grab, then we can go up and grab that security room that will also be a check. Right, this room's also cold. Pain, misery, woe! More things for Power Wash that probably don't matter. God, the knockback timing is the worst. I can't read that right now, because obviously I kind of need to focus to not die here. I'm leaving the room for a second. Okay, that's... the second half of that's a problem. The first half is understandable. Not knowing when would be fair. Okay, there we go. I left enough platform that I could do that. Because that's the key to that one, is you need to make sure you have somewhere to land. I swear every check in this goddamn game is a job well done. Getting out of hand. Does going this way matter? Actually, I should go the other way first. I wasted a lot of health. Just take a moment to breathe. Because this rapidly ticking health makes me very on edge. Yeah, no, there's no way I'm making this right now. He says as he tries and succeeds anyway. And it was all for an ice trap again. I swear. I'm getting the really, really bad feeling that I'm actually not meant to be playing this seed out. This seed might genuinely all be traps and junk. And I'm actually supposed to go fight the final battle already. Because I technically can. They may have genuinely, like, backloaded this whole seed with traps and job well dones. Which is such a hilarious concept, but at the same time I hate it. You still might be able to go back over there. I'm gonna die now, by the way. There it is. Because you take knockback from cold damage from the area, you just get screw-jobbed. Like, that's the biggest thing I dislike with this game. And really, it's a serious issue there. Where you just get knocked back from ambient damage. But you're also not supposed to be running around in these areas. Like, you're 100% not intended to be in areas that you're taking damage in. If I go down and heal up, I can come back up, go around, and potentially go into that room over there on the right. If I go back up where I was before, I can cross over to the area on the right over there as well. Now, the wiser course, absolutely, by the way, for those wondering, would have been to go into Sector 3. But the problem with Sector 3 is a lot of that needs Speed Booster, and obviously the rest of that needs green doors, which we don't have either of. That's why I didn't follow through on going through that door. I should have went and at least grabbed the item that was in there, but I think that too needs Speed Booster to get. Just a bit of clarification there. I'm not screw attacking him, because if I make even the slightest error there, we just die. Why aren't you giving me any red X this time? Come on. It knows what I want to do, and it just is refusing to play ball with it. At least it's giving me missiles to keep doing this, so I do think charged plasma does work on these guys. No, it just goes right through them. No, and I don't even think this would count as a political statement, but The education system is a very big part of the reason why things are the way they are. And I'm not going to elaborate any further because that'll get into depths of things that I have no interest in discussing in this medium. But anyone will understand exactly what the point I'm making there is. Okay, you are immune to that too. Okay. So, one thing I will say is there is a simple situation of relevance of information, which there are a lot of things people don't know, but it's also things that are just like completely irrelevant to them. And maybe they did know it at one point and they forgot because they don't use the information. So it's not 100% on the education system, but it is a large part of the problem. Let's go back this way now, because this is the way I wanted to go. So credit where credit's due to at least admit not knowing things, because that's another problem, is people will claim to know things when they don't actually know it, just so that people don't judge them for not knowing something. Is that it is also a situation that has kind of gotten wildly out of control. The continued insistence on pretending to know things instead of being willing to be educated about something. Which I'll admit, I'm guilty of that too. We're all guilty of it at some point. Hey, that might actually matter. That's a Cannon's Castle small key, Ifroti. A castle which only has a couple keys in it, so... Or, only needs a couple keys, rather. Okay, so that's another death, but it's another check. So that check over there on the right's done. Let's go all the way back up to where the thing was, if I can. This is gonna be another miserable climb. Stop off in here for a moment. I don't think you drop any healing or anything, right? Eh, you do drop a little bit. Okay, we escaped. Oh, I hate doing those ice segments. I say as I'm doing another. There we go. We're past the worst of that now, I think. Quick stop off to restock. This hallway's gonna be great for that. With all the big guys in it. Or it would be if any of them would drop a big heal. They're usually pretty good about dropping them, but apparently now that I need them, not allowed. Which, you know, that's nothing new. Desire sensor and all that. There we go. Because I don't remember there being any cold sections coming up on this side, but I'd rather be ready in case there are. Yeah, because there's an underwater segment here, which that's fine. We have gravity suits, so underwater's a non-issue. This is a bit of an awkward one, though. How do I get through this room at all, actually? I don't remember how to do this room. Like, I assume the idea here is I just have to hop across and there'll be an entry. Nope. I don't know what to do with this room. I'm not staying here. I genuinely don't remember the solution for that room. And at the rate you drain from cold, I'm just gonna hope that that's only a job well done in there. Yeah, the pirates also can turn into fish, by the way. That's a whole thing. Speed booster for that. And people may be wondering, this technically all would count as in logic, just because all the tools I have allow me to go here without me doing anything that isn't just a normal part of the kit involved with those items. Considering the doors just exist there normally. Just unfortunately at the same time, it's also proving that none of it matters. Let's go get that. There's also a recharge station back there, which no longer is particularly relevant. Samus, why didn't you keep your grip? We'll just go up and in. Yeah, the item is partway through, but let's recharge our power bombs. Oh, I thought I had more than that. Oh, never mind. What do I know? Yeah, there's the item up there. There's the entry. Give 6 coins from Armorio Land. Okay. Once more, not relevant, but we did it. Game is riddled with junk checks. This game is riddled with junk checks. This game is riddled, it's riddled with junk. I don't really want to fight Nightmare, but I might have to fight Nightmare. Preserves jar for Stardew. Okay. So guess I'm fighting Nightmare, because I don't have a choice now. For anybody that has never seen Nightmare, this is Nightmare. He sucks. Half of his gimmick is exactly what he's doing right now. Gravity. Now, I forget if he gets space jump, gravity suit, or what from Nightmare. I genuinely don't remember. It's something actually fairly important. So in normal gameplay, you absolutely have to fight Nightmare. And as you can see, he just loves to just kind of fly into you. Thankfully, since we have Screw Attack, we can actually kind of go through him, but as you can notice, Screw Attack doesn't hurt him either. So we kind of go into a mutual state of nothing happening here. Of course, when my Screw Attack just doesn't Screw Attack, it's a bit of an issue. Realizing that I'm immune to him while Screw Attacking, because you're immune to everything while in Screw Attack state, that does help a lot. Because this guy's kind of usually a battle of attrition for me, which is why I hate fighting him. Because usually it's a matter of you just have to play well enough and avoid damage for a lot of the fight to sustain the parts where he'll just smash into you over and over again. Now, the parts where he crashes into you are also completely avoidable, but you have to be way faster than I usually am. I hope I have enough missiles for this. I don't know how many missiles he takes. I genuinely don't remember. I will say Plasma Beam got us to this part way faster than I'm used to getting here, too. I thought he was done charging. I'm gonna have to be very careful and just stay in screw attack till he stops moving. Okay, he stopped moving up fucking there, though. Which is something I never realized he could do, because ordinarily this would not be a situation that could happen. So I'm gonna need to hover lower. Just to make sure I can attack him when he's done fucking about. And I knew as soon as I landed it was over. I should have stayed airborne. I can actually do that. We can actually do that fight. Considering we can get to him in full strength, we can absolutely do that. And I genuinely don't remember how much health you ordinarily have doing this fight. I feel like I've had this kind of health for this fight before. We don't need to worry about getting that item because we got it before. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm wasting a lot of health when I go running underneath him like this to beat him up, but it's the fastest way to make this happen. And thankfully, Charged Plasma is not affected by his gimmick, so... Okay, faceplate's open. Also, get used to this, because that's just his whole theme. That's his music. Which just adds to how upsetting Nightmare is. Which, for what they're going for, it's great. It's just, you know, upsetting. This guy's a big pain in my ass. I really wish I had super missiles for this. Supers would make this much faster. Don't need them. It would just make this take infinitely less time. Yeah, your Nightmare. It's actually, I think, less damage, by the way, to take the hit from the lasers than it is to take the hit from his body. I want to say I learned that doing the rando before. Though the last time I fought Nightmare, I was also, I believe, fighting him suitless, which was not fun at all. Like, I maybe had Varia. In fact, no, I think I had Varia because I wouldn't have done the ice runs in the run I'm thinking of. Yeah, no, his face is getting real goopy. I think he's almost done. I think it, like, changes to orange or something before he's done. Yep, there it is. That's the he's almost dead state. I shouldn't have done that. I thought he was gonna shoot a little sooner. So I morph balled, figuring I'd just duck under it. And then everything almost went to hell in a handbasket there as I fumbled inputs. Shit, don't fumble it now, me, come on. It's safe. Running low on missiles, so hopefully he dies soon. Oh, that screw attack almost didn't go, and I was really worried about that for a second. That was gonna be a really big problem. Do like 2 or 3 missiles at a time. Just take your time, you foolish dragon. You okay? I say 2 or 3 and then I do like 5. But he also gave me a really good opportunity there, so why wouldn't I? Game, don't fuck with me right now. I hate the way the space jump sometimes just doesn't fucking go. I was moving, but I jumped a frame too early, more or less, as far as I can tell. And that's why that space jump didn't go. Not counting the randomly getting stuck on the ladder, which was my fault. I moved a little too far over. So Samus grabbed the ladder because the game assumes that's what you wanted to do. I'm just mostly frustrated at the fact that the spin didn't kick in when I really, really needed it to. Because we did so much just to die again. And this is why I hate how long a fight Nightmare can be. Is because you could very easily die at the end of that fight, having done so much and have none of it fucking matter. That is my least favorite thing in terms of boss design, is when they're long fights and you have to redo the whole thing if you make just one too many mistakes. That's why long boss fights always just piss me off to no end. It's like, oh, hey, you know that, like, 10 minutes of your life? You're not getting that back. You just threw that away because you fumbled your controls slightly. Like, I'm not saying all boss fights need to be fast, but I'm saying there's a certain point where maybe there's not enough going on in the boss fight for it to be worth it being as long as it is. And now I'm getting into a bad loop here. We're gonna lose way more health this go around. No, it wasn't that bad. That ladder there, by the way, is to help you. Because ordinarily you don't have space jump at this point. Nor do you have screw attack. And that little hop there was to remind people out there that maybe you're thinking, oh, he doesn't know about just hitting the button again to start spinning. No, I know. Just, you don't have much room either to be doing that, so it gets real precise to do it that way as well. So in 9 situations out of 10, the run-up is the safer option. Because you'll also pitch down and forward when you try to start the spin that way. With the A button in repetition. What I really need to do is just stop being so greedy. And the smartest move of all would be to just not do this fight right now and wait for super missiles. But he might be holding something important for somebody, so I'm gonna be stubborn and try to give this a real go. So depending on how many goes this takes, this may turn into another thing that I just wait and see if somebody hints out for this and ends up needing it. Like, I really think that droning might actually be the thing that's really agitating me with this fight. I want to say it's actually causing, like, a genuine anger response. Just on its own. It's also really unfortunate just how ineffectual Screw Attack is in this game, because they're not really supposed to have it for very much of the game, particularly. Like, it's great for invincibility, but it's useless offensively. Yep, I'm getting a really low health right when he is again. How fucking predictable. What the fuck was that move? He just did kind of like a weird shimmy for a second, so I jumped and then he started moving again. Welcome to the all nightmare all the time aim hour. Yeah, I'll just quickly do all my Dragonpelago checks in 2 games. It'll only take an hour to do all those checks. Not accounting for the fact that I was gonna have more checks than I thought and a boss fight that I was gonna stubborn into. At this rate, I should have ran a damn prediction as to whether I'd be able to do this. Hate this. I hate this. I hate this so much. It's safe, climb over him, and then start your Screw Attack this time. Really thought I got screwed again there. Starting to worry that I might have the exact bare minimum required missiles for this fight. Never mind, we're just not gonna bother with this any further. I give up. I have proven in the past that I can beat Nightmare. I am not succeeding beating him today, it seems. Going back around to that door to Sector 4, does that do anything for me? It would get 1 check there, a couple checks elsewhere potentially. No, I think that's the big urchin room. I don't think I can do that. Can't hurt to go make sure, though. Well, it can hurt, but I'm gonna go make sure anyway. I'm pretty sure I have to go through some ice to get there. Or do I? No, I think that's just, you go straight there and it's fine. Oh, right, that's why I didn't go there. Never mind, I can't. I need speed booster. I could try that room again, but like I said, I'm gonna save that one as well for if somebody hints out that they need that. So, starting to genuinely consider the idea of just ending this seed, if I can. Just because of how unhelpful so many of these checks have been. Yeah, heart piece for Erdila in SMZ3. That's somewhat worthwhile. Yeah, because this is one of the rooms that needs speed booster. The item next to here, I believe, is also a speed booster requiring item. No, this one's just here, but it's just plain 10 bombs for Argo and OOT. I'm pretty sure that's a speed booster jump that gets you up into that area, unless... We might be able to get to that through other means, so let's at least look. Oh, right. There's also hot rooms, because this is Sector Pyre, otherwise known as Fire, Pyro, Burning, Death. Oh no, getting into there is what needed speed booster. I'm glad I checked. This was the screw attack spot, not the speed booster spot. Some grime for power wash, hooray. It is in fact grime fighting time. I can bust up the robot if I can get to him. Like, I can bust him up good. And that would be somewhat satisfying. Oh yeah, I can also break back through to Sector 1 through here, though that doesn't help. Like, at all. Is the Sector 3 door going to Sector 1 just goes to that dead-end room where it just leads to lava that we've been on the other side of already. We just need Vari in order to go down, diving in there to go get that item. Technically, I could go down there and dive to it as is. I have more than enough health now. So that might actually be expected of me at this point. That data room's where the robot is. But let's ignore him for the moment. These bright lights in here make these guys seem like they're in the background. Nope, I can't ignore him. His speed booster is required to go down there. His ordinarily be going up from down, not down from up in that segment. Well, fuck it. What's up, motherfucker? Do I have enough missiles to kill you? Oh, right, that's not the hurt him time. That's the he throws fire and pisses me off time. Thankfully, Screw Attack yet again bypasses his attack, just like the other guy. Ordinarily, his fire is very annoying. Are you just never gonna reveal your weak point? Oh wait, no, you don't have a weak point. I have to hit you when you're not throwing the fire bombs. I remember now. I'm remembering this fight completely wrong. Okay, you gotta hit him in between attacks. That's the ticket for him. 'Cause I think I'm getting it mixed up with the other version of this fight that exists. Or I'm just getting it mixed up with other fights that annoy me, like the spider, or I showed you guys last time. Is fun fact, no matter how much I like this game, there's a decent handful of boss fights in here that just kind of piss me off. Because you can like something and dislike parts of it. And I dislike this guy because I just find him tedious. As you can see, if you're slightly off, the missile doesn't count. You know, that's how that works, right? And he can also hide out of where you can get at him and launch more bombs, which is also great fun. I also keep forgetting that when he's doing his little happy dance, when he's about to throw another bomb at you, he's still invincible at that point. Like, if I had to pick 3 bosses I really disliked, both forms of this jackass here, Nightmare and the spider from the reactor. Those fights I despise. The tree I'm not a fan of, but, like, it's at least more workable. And at least there's more happening there because you're at least in danger for a lot of that. Even if it may not be the most reasonable form of danger. Like, if it was a top 4 worst fights, the tree would be there. He just barely passes muster on not being the fucking worst. The cardinal sin this thing does, other than its fight being kind of annoying, is you have to fight him twice. Like, he's limping away, and then he jumps out. And obviously, we can't go through that door, because it's a green door. But we can go down through one of these. Yeah, there we go. Just a hole here that I forgot about. This is meant to be your save and recharge before the spider or robot fight. The reason I came over here is because there's also a check here. Turns out it was worthless, but I had no way of knowing that until I actually came over here and looked. But at least now we've seen, like, basically every sector a little bit. Other than really much of Sector 4 at all. And obviously we didn't see much of Sector 6 since I had to sprint through it like a bat out of hell. Which, from what I remember, the refight with the spider or bot is over here in Sector 6. I want to say. Because that's also where you get wave beam and everything. We can also hit up the nav room that's in here, I would say, reasonably. There's actually a few other nav rooms I could have hit to get some hints as to other things I may need to worry about. / other people may need to worry about. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be mostly things that are in my world that they'll be telling me about. Why is this hint here? Why is this a hint that could even have been generated? You literally wouldn't have been able to get here without having done that already. I'm so glad I bothered to walk over there for a hint that tells me genuinely nothing. Wait, yeah, because we can go backwards through these doors, so there's a little bit more we can do over here. By a little bit, I mean whatever speed booster doesn't deny me doing. Yeah, because I can't go up that way. I have to go up the correct way over here. Which means we can't actually do anything else there. Okay. Because you get to that check that's underneath us there through the room to my right, because you need to go down to get into it, or go all the way around through the speed booster path, which we can't do either. I think our adventure may be at an end now. I think our little bit of gallivanting through Fusion may be stopped at this point. Like, there's a couple other odds and ends we can do, but, like, we got a shocking amount of Sector 5 done, all things considered, because we did basically everything except a couple cold rooms and Nightmare in there. Ignoring the fact there's a couple checks that aren't flagged, because we died after doing them. I do stand by the statement that it more or less didn't accomplish anything. Let's take stock of what we sent. Oh, hang on, there's been a bunch of stuff getting sent by Mori as well, so we'll have to take a look at that. So let's see, I sent Jabbernut, bunch of job well dones, some weird nonsense to Power Wash, Ganon's Castle Small Key, Reserves Jar, and that's it. Oh, and the Heart Piece. That's about it. There were other checks that happened, but they were worthless garbage checks, so that is what it is. Okay, yeah, there's not been any further chat in the Dragonpelago. I wanted to make sure that there wasn't any, like, hey, I need this from here, or type things happening. Yeah, I think we'll go ahead and disconnect Fusion now. Close Fusion. Hop over to Time Spinner for a little while. His Time Spinner's gonna have less that it can get done as far as I'm aware. But it'll at least get a little bit of movement in. Some good stuff coming out of Mario Land 2, though, so that's good. Yep, there's that winner piece of heart, because there's one specific piece of heart that's labeled winner, apparently. Okay, so what I need to do is actually get back over to where the water is. Oh yeah, I ran around and did a little bit of stuff off camera in here. It didn't amount to much. I was like cleaning up a couple hidden walls that I forgot about and things like that. Nothing super interesting. In case anybody's wondering about why I wasn't where I left off before. We also have the Talaria attachment, which is why I'm able to zoom around. Banana medal for Donkey Kong. This game's unfortunately a little bit deeper locked because we don't have any of the things that let us access where our win condition is. Just for those in the know about Time Spinner, we're on what's called Dat %. I just have to eat the Emperor in order to finish this seed. Is knowing what I know about Archipelago, I wanted to hedge my bets and make sure that I had some leeway. This fucking laser drone, man. He is being the biggest pain in my ass. Go back to Radiant Orb, so we have the area effect to hit him. That's exactly why I got rid of the Radiant Orb, though, is because of the range issue. And I could mix orbs, because I could put an orb in each hand after all, but I chose to just keep using pairs of orbs. Yeah, this sequence still happens. You can't leave until you do that, by the way. Yay, soap for Power Wash. I swear everything feels like slightly louder in my ears today. And I don't 100% know if that's just me or not. Yeah, I wonder if this is a hidden wall here. There goes all my magic. Good thing I'm not really using it. Another job well done for Power Wash. Now, being poisoned, that's more of an issue. Okay, we sent a buckle hat over to one of the other time spinners, so that's good. It's a shame that the buckle hat is almost certainly not better than anything they're dealing with already, probably. We lost this Mini Boo 13. I'm gonna assume that's useful for Luigi's Mansion. So I assume that's towards actually unlocking the ability to fight that Boo. Mind Fresh Ultra for our Time Spinner. Hylian Shield and Masonry. Okay. Yeah, Mori's getting some good stuff. But why were you in the ceiling? There's not an access point here. Why were you in the ceiling? Shenanigans. Okay, yeah, this is looping back to where we were. We don't want to be here right now. We just want to make progress. Another warp point. And now we can actually get into the sealed cave. Which is why I was excited about getting the ability to access the underwater bits, is because we could actually get into this section. Because once we get a warp on the other side here, we can actually travel to the other side as well. I seem to recall is how that's going to work. See that, or there's something that opens it in the future. from the past or something. Level up from him crushing himself on the spikes. Yet another ice trap for Amalia being sent out. Business as usual. Oh yeah, a couple things we picked up. Where are they? This, the Royal Ring. That is one of the ones that allows me to enter the Royal Tower as well, so we actually have access to that. We got a lot of rings. Scythe Ring is something you ordinarily get very early on. Ooh, I don't think I ever had the Sun Ring. That seems good. I do like me the arm cannon. I didn't actually look at all the rest of the stuff we had here. We actually have quite a lot of good stuff. Did I get anything new armor-wise? I'm pretty sure the Empress Robe is like one of the best things we could get. And of course we have Bird Statue that prevents chaos. Selen's Bangle that gets us more experience. And the Glass Pumpkin. And yeah, you'll notice we have all three of the Time Spinner gears, funnily enough. It's a real shame that they have nothing to do with my win condition. Oh, there's a boss key for MM for somebody. Not gotten by us, but I see it. Right there. 2 coins for Morio Land. At least I'm helping the one that's helping everyone else, I suppose. Not that 2 coins makes that much of a difference. Plasma Core. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. Lurian to Hollow Knight, Furnace to Stardew Valley, something to Power Wash, and I don't know what the other thing was because it... There we go, Pumpkin Seeds to Stardew Valley. I opened them a little too fast, so the text parser had a little bit of trouble there. Fucked up. Anything in over here? I could put the Oculus Ring on, but I'd have to keep taking it off to do other things. Melon Slice to Donkey Kong. I love that that's one of the few junk items that's actually just straight out and out labeled junk item. Another bird statue. Fire medallion for OT, okay. Potentially useful, depending on settings. So I believe the medallions are what make the bridge to go to Ganon's castle. So Argo does need that. I just don't know how many. Oh yeah, this is where oxygen becomes an issue. We don't have anything for oxygen yet, so we are not going in there. Technically, I might be able to do that, but I'm not going to do that until I'm supposed to at the moment, unless I run out of other options and people actually need something from there. Neurotoxin. That would have been very unfortunate if he had managed to knock me back down. But it's looking like I'm gonna need more than that anyway. Hopped back down so I have more room to build. 25 bucks for Luigi's Mansion. I'm so glad I spent 2 restoratives to get up there. But if I hadn't, it would have been something good. We all know how it works. It just doesn't mean I have to be happy about it. I will say, these checks ended up more exciting than I had anticipated them being. So I'm glad I chose to make sure you guys got to see these. Washed grass for power wash. And I don't mean the checks themselves being exciting, I mean the act of getting to them and doing the thing. Because there's at least been some danger and some maneuvering that has to happen. Okay, that is Caves of Banishment done, I do believe. Aside from the area that needs oxygen that we can't really be going running around in. Until we have a means of being able to breathe. And I forgot, you don't actually get to swap over to the pendulum. Prevents poison. Well, that's good, though. That's something. Just not something vital, unfortunately. But hey, it's not often we actually get to be here when an item gets sent to us these days, so that always counts as a red letter day. Yeah, because that whole area counts as a hidden area. And I can access the area we were just in from above as well. But we're not gonna really be doing that. This is underwater over here, so we can go get that. We can go down into here, but I don't know if there's items down there. We're gonna go check anyway. And obviously we can go up there. The highlights are telling me where I'm supposed to be going, so apparently I'm supposed to go here. I don't really know exactly how they intend me to get there, because the elevator doesn't work. But maybe one of the things that we can grab is going to get me elevator access, perhaps. We'll just go back up. Because that'll be the most effective way of getting to a warp point. Is we'll go ahead and head over to the surface bit right quick, then we'll head over to the castle, and that'll be it for the checks here. Unless we happen to get something that opens up more for us. We just got super missiles for fusion. I am now very tempted to turn around and go back to that. Thing is, super missiles really only allows us to beat Nightmare, which, you know, it would make me feel better. Well, correction, I'd be able to beat Nightmare, I'd be able to beat the tree, be able to beat the spider. But it doesn't, like, get us a lot of checks, it would only be those checks, I think. And I'm already delaying doing Dark Cloud quite a bit. So I'm gonna stick to the plan at the moment unless I see like a security card get popped up for either this or fusion, since both of them need security cards essentially. Yep, Mario's glove for Luigi's Mansion. I presume that's important. Ellen Slice. And purple rupee for Orchid. Which Orchid started up their bit not too long ago as well, I do believe. I think everybody's at least started all of their games now, for the most part. Some of them haven't gotten super far in some of them, but they've at least gotten on the go. Because we had some people that weren't feeling well, some people that were busy, things like that, you know. You know how it is. Sometimes things get in the way of getting things started proper. Yeah, let's go ahead and do the cave bit here, and then we'll go up to the castle. Because we can go all the way down here and potentially get an item. Yep, there's an item right here. Empire Crown to Astral Time, one of Astral's 2 Time Spinners games. Which, Empire Crown, I think, is just a really good helmet. Not necessarily good for defense, I think it's better for everything else, question mark? Yeah, this is the problematic bit here. I think actually I'm supposed to be able to break through it, and I can't. Or that's one of those, I go there in the future first. I genuinely just do not remember a lot of the things in this game anymore. Even though it hasn't been that long, it just didn't stick. Honestly, there are games I play constantly that I don't remember a lot of the parts of. Water for Power Wash, which I think is only really relevant if they're actively playing, because I think it replenishes the water in their pressure washer. It's kind of like the opposite of a trap. It's a helpful one. Arrows for Amalia, washed grass for Power Wash. I don't know what washed grass has to do with anything. But we've sent a bit of it today. That's fine, I'll just tank the neurotoxin. Oh no, the magic I'm not using is gone. Ah. Like, we have so much health because of the levels we've gained that it genuinely doesn't matter if things hit me or do anything. We're over-leveled for a lot of these areas because we've been, you know, for obvious reasons, getting things out of order. Back to the castle. We're still kind of dead in the water in the future, so all we can do is past. Yeah, till we can go down through there, we can't do that bit. Even though it's convinced I can. So I'm assuming there's something I'm not understanding, that I just do not remember. But as it stands, I'm just gonna file that under the same thing that a bunch of those fusion checks got filed under. Worry about it if somebody needs it. Now, some of you out there might be thinking, oh wait, he's climbing the Royal Tower, or he said, so he must be getting close to finishing. Wrong Royal Tower. There's a past and a future version, and the future version's the one we need. But there's a few things we can do here in the past. Like get those 2 items. I actually missed what the first one was. God damn it. There's another warp point. Royal Towers. I really love placing these guys on the damn ceilings in annoying places. Ordinarily, they'd be just in like an elevator section in the future, and not much else. They've gotten a lot of use in this seed of this rando. And I kind of love that. I love when underused enemies get used more. I just kind of wish it was a less obnoxious underused enemy. You know? I do not want to jump off of here right now. This is a silly decision. Ah, Merchant Crow in this time. You have drumsticks, which aren't a bad thing to have, though it is raw, so all I'd be able to use that for is the quest. But let's grab them anyway, because it'll make that quest easier. Grab a couple pieces of silver ore as well, because I think I can use those. And obviously grab a handful of warp shards for when I need those. Otherwise, that shop's not that helpful, though. This really is just reusing the hell out of some enemies. Pretty sure I'm supposed to have double jump by now, but I don't. So we've got to use our improvised double jump to get around. Oh, anteroom key for Luigi's Mansion. I'm going to assume that's good. Keys are always good for Luigi's Mansion. I don't know how much it does, but it at least opens something. In this case, an anteroom. Don't really know why I gained a level there, but I'll take it. Up we go. Onward and upward. Art max up for my own game. Save point to get my magic back. Now, this, I believe, is the queen fight? Yeah. We are well prepared for this fight. You know what? Since this is a boss fight, let me show you guys one of my favorite spells. Arm Cannon! Because, you know, magic, right? Yeah. Ah. She keeps not being at the right angle for the actual cannon part to hit, though. I love the arm cannon, though. It's just such an extra thing. Okay, fine. Fun time's over. Time for you to die. You want to play like that, huh? You're so lucky you can fly, you know that? I really don't have... Actually, no, I do have a decent bit of healing. It's just not the type I'm used to looking for. There we go. It did not do much still. But goddammit, I wanted to do it, so I did it. There we go. Yep, you yield, as you should. Yield to your betters. I still don't have time stopping at all. Missile for SMZ3 for Dyla. I don't know if that's actual usage of missiles or if it's just more missiles. If it's actual usage of missiles, that's actually huge. Let's go up the rest of the way over here, now that we've defeated the boss of the area. Alright, let me turn the arm cannon off. The arm cannon did get debuffed a bit in this seed, too, so understand it would ordinarily be stronger than that, but the homing shots that come off of it are actually its, like, big play that it has. The laser that comes out of the actual cannon is nice and all, but... Oh, god damn you, because you bumped me, this ended up placed wrong. Now I'm stuck in fucking idiot jail. Hyper Potion for Pokemon. Max HP for Time Spinner, not us. Wait, that's not the end of the map up there, though. Did I forget something? Fucking A button! Like, it really isn't that big an issue, but just, and on occasion, this A button just is not pressing anymore. Okay, there we go. It was just a higher peaked roof, so it wasn't registering on the map. Now, back over here to go to that lower bit over here, and then this section will have been cleaned out. So there's not really anything here, aside from this room. Which just had some Deku Nuts for Argo. Oh wait, no, there was a door over here too that I didn't touch, so... Yeah, it's gonna have to require me to go this way. I only barely made that in time. Oh, I fucked up. I fucked up bad. But wait, I managed to squeeze through. Alright. Crimson Vortex for the other Time Spinner. Okay. Crimson Vortex is a good spell. You've seen me use that already in earlier boss fights. I can go over to the right down there. Wait, did I miss something up there? I did miss something up there. God damn it. Hang on. Gotta go back. I'm not paying enough attention to the map. I'm just kind of flying by the seat of my pants. You're trying to go fast. That's the downside to me having the speed attachment. I hate those plants so much. That's a case of once you have a taste of speed, you want to keep going fast. But going fast isn't always the right idea. Now, something that's different between this Circle of the Moon and Metroid Fusion is this game's mostly traversal locked. Aside from the handful of key item spots like all the key cards in the future. So if you can traverse to somewhere, you can do most things in the game. So I'm sure somebody that knows the movement tech in this game better than I do probably could actually bypass some of the things I've stopped on. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there's actually like a hidden tech to getting through water before you can breathe underwater or something. I don't think I knew this room existed. Quick Claw for Pokemon. That's at least a useful hold item, somewhat. But unfortunately, that was all that was up here, so I came all the way up here for an optional item. For those that don't know what a Quick Claw is, all it does is occasionally the Pokemon holding it will go first regardless of speed. That's all it is. Nothing, like, impressive or anything. It's still convinced I should be going into that vertical hallway there, so there must be a box I missed over there or something. I really wish it would mark what room... what parts of rooms Let me correct myself there. That things were in. Just for check hunting convenience. Let's go back through this tower here and make sure I didn't not spot something. So we climbed back up here once already, so I'm pretty sure it's not up on this bit. Probably somewhere on the downswing. Except, no? I think the tracker might be full of shit. If there is somehow an item I'm not spotting in there, we'll worry about it later, / not worry about it at all. Oh, magic for winter. And a sword for Minish Cap. Mori really is on a roll today of sending out some really good stuff. Positive reviews for Power Wash. I really did get like the short end of the progression stick. Deku Seeds. Because remember what I said before about people usually getting connected with specific games as to where the majority of their checks are gonna send? And we rolled a lot of connection with Power Wash. But you know, somebody had to be connected with Power Wash. That's why it was trying to tell me to go here. That item. There's a hole in the floor here that I think I never found before, but it didn't matter. Okay, unless there's actually an item in those two vertical hallways, or there's an enemy in there that might drop something I need, and that might be what it's trying to tell me about. That's a possibility. But unless one of those two things is true, we're basically done here. Like, we're done with Time Spinner in general again. And I'm going to consider it done at that point. Because that is good enough progression to hand out. There's a chance I un-BK'd a couple people based on the items that went out. So I think that's worthwhile. Whether it actually will be worthwhile, that's another question entirely. But it's time to move on to what we were supposed to be doing today. I feel like I spelled that wrong, but you know what? That's just how it's going to be spelled today, because I don't feel like fighting with it any further in my brain, and I don't feel like looking it up. I didn't have this up in the background or anything, so it